Welcome back to Digital Futures Education. In this video, we're going to introduce you to some of the best tools to help support your instruction with social emotional learning, project-based learning, digital assessments, and student creativity. This video is going to provide a basic overview of these tools, and some of these tools have free and paid versions. So just keep an eye out on what features are free and which ones are not. They're designed to help you support your instruction in the classroom to support student creativity and engagement with classroom content. I selected these tools because they fit within the instructional cycle of engaging students, personalizing their learning, and allowing a variety of student product outcomes. Some of them are Chrome extensions, standalone websites, or PC or Mac downloads. So just keep an eye out as I describe the tools at what the environment in which the students will be using them will be. And if you have any questions around student data privacy with these tools, feel free to reach out to me directly, and I'd be happy to help. Let's take a look at a variety of these tools now.
To address social emotional learning, I want to introduce you to the 7 Mindsets website. They have a digital SEL curriculum available here. They also have some paid versions, but I think it's worthwhile to go to the 7mindsets.com digital SEL curriculum page, and what you'll see is that there is a framework around the 7 mindsets and 28 learning objectives around SEL learning. And they're saying here that there's only 10 minutes of time with these resources, but it is good to see that something's tied to Bloom's taxonomy. There is a framework for SEL. You can tie it into maybe some of your existing instruction, and it has this framework of addressing 7 mindsets of social emotional learning. I just want to introduce you to this site so that it's something that you can take a look at to begin the school year, to frame your mindset around what these mindsets are, to see how you can then introduce them into your curriculum. The next tool I want to recommend for social emotional learning and also assessment is Pear Deck. So Pear Deck is a powerful tool that essentially is presentation based, in which when students are shared a presentation that you have designed or you're using one of their pre-formulated templates, you are able to collect student data around their responses to particular questions in the presentation. They can indicate to you how they're feeling that particular day. If that's something you're interested in, you could have them respond to particular questions. It's a very interactive tool. So as long as students have a device and students have access to a device and are shared the presentation and follow along with your guidance, they're able to interact with the presentation. And the free version is very powerful. So don't be afraid to try out the free version and sign up for the free account. And also they have a number of available resources here, like the science behind Pear Deck, effortless integrations with other applications. They have some ready to teach lessons already here on their website about, that you could try out with students to see if you like the platform before maybe making your own. And of course, under the teacher resources, they have additional training, ready to teach lessons, their blog, and some help videos to help you get started. So there is a free and a paid version, but there is enough content within the free to be able to get started with Pear Deck, and I highly recommend it, especially for checking in with students, having presentations in which engage them with their content. And I can recommend this pretty much K through 12 because it does give a lot of flexibility with instructional content. So the first tool for digital portfolios within project-based learning I would recommend is Seesaw. Now, this is primarily a tool that is used within grades K through 5 to allow students to create digital portfolios. So the benefit to these portfolios created within Seesaw is that not only is the content shared from the teacher to the students, and the students add media artifacts like text, images, student responses to assessments, parents also have access to be able to see what their students create in their classroom. So as you can see in the video here, they're writing on the iPads, they're interacting with each other, they're taking photos on the iPads and then adding them to their portfolio. It's a powerful tool for just getting students started with a digital portfolio, and also engaging parents is the really big sell here. It allows parents to kind of see the work, like their students' work, be very familiar with what's going on in the classroom. So it's a great K-5 digital portfolio tool if you haven't tried it yet. I know a lot of districts now use it, and it's a great way to kind of get started with digital portfolios. A tool that's been around a while, and it's particularly really a great tool for a long time, has been Padlet. This is one of the go-to kind of collaborative spaces for creating an interactive digital board, which can have privacy. You can have a private board. You can have a board that you only invite certain emails to. You could have students work in collaborative groups or with you on a board. And then you see them in different formats: food, maps, Kanban, timeline, portfolio, org charts, presentations, video playlists. Now, Padlet's been around for a while, and they changed their free version that limits the total number of boards, but it's still an amazing tool. I don't think you have to go to the paid version particularly to kind of get a major benefit out of it, but you see there's a lot of different options, but it's a very simple tool. And the privacy settings are very good, and it's an easy to use tool. So I highly recommend it for, classroom projects where you need students to collaborate and put ideas out and see them. Super easy to use, been around for a while. Highly recommend Padlet for collaboration in the classroom, particularly with media assets, links, text, and just general ideas. So for digital formative assessment, I want to recommend something that maybe people aren't familiar with. I know there's Kahoot is out there. There's a lot of Socratic is out there. There's a lot of different digital assessment tools. So I wanted to share something a little different. And the one I wanted to share was Flickrs. Now, the way that Flickrs works is that the teacher does create the digital assessment on a device. And then what happens is students actually use cards to respond. So I'm going to show you this little video where a teacher pushes out an assessment and the students respond using the cards, and the teacher then receives their response. Students are taking about their answers.
Everyone loves computers. You can tell them anything.
Everyone loves it, like John loved it.
All 5 years.
And she's now collecting the data of those students' responses, and it will show up within the platform. So it's a pretty cool tool. Flickrs, definitely you get a chance to try it out. It's just a kind of a different take, gives students kind of a hands-on way to respond to a digital assessment, which is a little more engaging sometimes than maybe a traditional assessment where maybe they enter a code and then they answer or click on an answer. It's just a different way of doing it. But I think it's pretty cool. And of course, in their homepage here, they have a lot of different examples for people who tweeted out pictures and images around how they've used it in the classroom. So now I'd like to go over some of the creative tools that are great within a project-based learning environment, and also great for just allowing students to have a variety of different products to create. The first one is book creators. We'll start with the younger levels here. I would say, from K1, 2 up through grade 5, Book Creator is an amazing tool to help support students creating interactive books. So basically, they have pages of an interactive book in which they can add text, images, links from the web. They have the ability to basically write their own stories and then share those interactive books with others. So it's an amazing tool to help students kind of begin to learn how to create digital portfolios and exist within an interactive type of book environment. And it's a great resource for them to share, look at, read, critique each other. And it's also very easy for a teacher to be able to manage and easy to use. And I also recommend that it is a way for students learning how to add digital assets, pictures, links, at very younger levels. And the iPad app and the web app both function really well, and it's easy to start getting to use very quickly in the classroom if you're new to these types of digital tools. The next tool is one of those more amazing tools that in the last couple of years has really been transforming how people create graphics, and that's Canva. The very first thing I'll say is make sure you get the educator account. So sign up with your educator email, and when prompted, get an educator account, the .edu accounts, because they allow you to have more access to different stock images, fonts, and also icons within the platform. Now, what makes Canva great is its ease of use and also its ability to create a wide variety of graphics, videos, animations. And it gives an amazing number of options for students to use. So it really has an amazing amount of resources if you're going into want students to create different posters, graphics, brochures, one-pagers, infographics. You can really work with students, especially in that middle school through high school level, and learning how to organize information in a graphical way. And Canva really helps support making that creation easy. So I highly recommend this tool, particularly grades 6 through 12. Even if you're teaching college, it's an amazing way to help students create graphics, videos. They can even create videos within the platform, and also animations, web graphics, all sorts of different options. So I highly recommend Canva, but just make sure you also get the education. The final resource I want to share is Adobe Spark, another resource that I highly recommend for that grades like 6 and above. Adobe Spark is part of the Adobe Express suite. So if you are using it within your school district, just be sure the student emails are managed within a portal, because I do believe there are some privacy concerns with them creating their own emails for Adobe because they are unmanaged. So just double check with your technology director or principal around how the best way for you to use the Adobe products are, because it's best when the accounts are all managed within the Adobe portal. Now, with that aside, Adobe Spark is an amazing way to have students make digital presentations, posters, graphics, very similar to Canva, videos, and having amazing graphics. But it's key that you within the Adobe Express platform to have the most resources available for students. So that's a final digital tool recommendation for student creativity. And they have so many resources for you to kind of dig into and support you in working with Adobe products. And it's highly recommended. The final tool I want to share that I think is an amazing tool that I personally have used for developing common assessments with grade level curriculum information and curriculum is Edulastic. So Edulastic, the power behind Edulastic is that Edulastic allows you to create questions, enter answers, create basically digital assessments, which are also tied to standards and other frameworks. So it's a very powerful tool that once you start to implement these digital assessments through their form system, then it also allows you to take the data and accurately track the student responses. So what I'll do is they actually have a great video right here on their website. I'll actually play that and give you a little feeling about how it works.
Technology has changed the K-12 classroom. Edulastic, a digital assessment platform, is one of those technologies that is taking student learning to the next level.
We are diving into data, specifically in math and ELA and science. I'm grateful that we have a tool like Edulastic to be able to look at that, not just at the end of the year, but every single day.
Honestly, the data that you get from it is transformative in the classroom. I'm able to use that information immediately to change my lesson plans, whether it be the next day. I can even change it during that actual class time.
Edulastic has helped students with standards mastery because you can assign specific standards to each individual student, differentiated as well.
When we got our test scores back at the end of the year, we're really excited about our growth that we had within our school district.
Edulastic has totally redone everything for us. I mean, it just has made it so easy.
Edulastic improves learning and instruction with its standards-based questions, automatic grading, and instant insights and reports. Educators can easily insert multimedia to make assessments more engaging. Educators have access to over 3,000 Edulastic certified assessments, 38,000 standards-tied questions, and over 30 question types.
So I'll stop right there. But as you can see, it gives you a standards-based approach to reviewing student answers, a lot of cool interactive media content as you design questions, and overall a very great version, even in the free version, of how you can develop a digital assessment for a wide range of students.
Thanks for reviewing these tools with me. And if you feel like you may need additional professional development in digital assessments, please feel free to check out digitalfutureseducation.com for the options available there in terms of videos or in-person or online training. You should find that these tools help assist with your SEL instruction, student creativity with project-based learning, digital assessments, and also your students' ability to expand upon projects and other creative endeavors in the classroom. Thanks for checking out the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.